Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. The City of Cleveland Commissioner of Streets and Traffic Engineering, Robert Mavick, is here. Really, it's the Cleveland Public Works Department, and he's going to share some of the responsibilities of his work at City Hall in Cleveland City Hall. Later on today, Yolanda Hamilton of Lifebanc and Vashon Williams of Stepping for Life will tell us about a step show to help raise awareness about organ donation. And later in the broadcast still, Carolyn Herbert and Renelle Williams will discuss the annual Walk for Life event to benefit 3 local organizations. Good morning again. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin, and good to have you with us aboard today. Let's talk to Robert Mavick. He's Commissioner, City of Cleveland Streets and Traffic Engineering. Good to see you, Robert. Good
morning. How are you?
Good to have you with us. Give us and that is your right title, Commissioner of City Streets and Traffic Engineering.
That's correct.
Give us an overview of what happens in your job at City Hall.
In our division, it's actually combined. Mayor Jackson went through his efficiencies and trying to create better efficiencies, combine the Division of Traffic Engineering and Streets and Bridges and Docks. So the responsibility of that division is traffic signal maintenance, street painting, sign maintenance, street repairs, snow removal, and street sweeping. So we basically take care of everything between the curbs as far as it relates to streets.
And that old philosophy, if you can get the streets plowed of snow, everything will be okay.
That's correct.
Yeah, during the wintertime, and certainly we certainly get a lot of that. There's a bunch of new projects going on. Certainly the Inner Belt project is going on. How does that's a state project, of course, and a federal project. How does that fit into what you do now?
We work really closely with the state. We review all of their plans and also look at how it's going to affect our city streets. As part of the Inner Belt plan, the City of Cleveland actually adjusts all of its traffic signals to meet the demands of our local street networks based on whether one ramp was closed, like 14th Street ramp was closed, so we have to adjust signals on Orange Avenue or Carnegie. So we're very involved with them every day on looking at detours and how we adjust traffic signals and things of that nature.
How do you determine what ramps to block when there's construction, what ramps to open, what detours to make? How do you come up with this game plan?
Well, the good thing is we don't come up with that. We just work with the ODOT to actually mitigate that. But we've been working with them for over the last 5 years, really looking at how that bridge is going to be constructed and what you need to do in order to get it done. So various ramps get closed at certain times and try to keep other ones open and maybe make improvements along alternate routes. So a lot of that's been in the planning stages for about 5 years, and now it's being implemented.
Do you have some big street projects coming up that the people of Northeast Ohio should be aware of?
Well, in the Division of Streets, this year we have our $4.5 million resurfacing program. And what that is more of a residential resurfacing, and we'll touch about 60 streets or more, whether it be a full resurfacing or just some spot work. Then there's, I can't speak to too much about the capital projects, but just in the streets itself, that's what we're really focusing in on, is the residential streets for basically maintenance.
Now tell me about the Public Works Department now. How does that fit into the your area, the Streets and Traffic Engineering?
Again, Public Works is a result of Mayor Jackson challenging us to actually be more efficient. And so we took a lot of the operational groups and put them together, and that Public Works is headed up by Michael Cox. That's the Director of Public Works. And so we have divisions such as parks, park maintenance, streets, and waste, all in the same department, so we can share resources. A good example of that collaboration is last winter, Parks assisted the Division of Streets in some residential snow plowing. We look to continue to do that in the future and improve upon that, so we get a better service delivery to the citizens.
The summer of 2011, Cleveland became a little bit of Hollywood. The Avengers being filmed in downtown Cleveland, Hollywood movie. Alex Cross being filmed, and maybe Fun Size was being filmed. I know it was in the general area, but certainly Alex Cross and the Avengers, downtown Cleveland. You had to make some changes with streets so the Hollywood people could do what they need to do. It's down in front of City Hall and the county building.
And again, it's just working with them, understanding where they're going to close certain streets and where we could work with the police department of directing traffic and then adjusting traffic signals downtown to try to mitigate that traffic. Now, I'm sure some folks are caught in traffic. We did as much as we possibly could because we had 9th Street closed for a month. But again, that's great for the city of Cleveland for the exposure and everything that we get from the movie showing. But yeah, again, we worked with them for probably 3 months getting set up and what we're going to do and make traffic signal changes and whatnot.
I don't know how it is for you, but for me, it's kind of interesting to see all of those, how they make those scenarios, upturned cars and explosions right on Lakeside Avenue. And I know, thank goodness, it's just Hollywood and not real. But did you find it interesting to work with the Hollywood people?
We've worked with them in the past. It is interesting. I didn't get a chance to see too much of the filming. We're busy trying to detour traffic. But I will say that they were very happy with how we assisted them, and they were very pleased with the city of Cleveland as far as how we accommodated them and worked with them for their permitting process and just overall in general.
Mr. Mavic, as Commissioner of the City of Cleveland Streets and Traffic Engineering Area, what do you have to keep uppermost in mind when you go about your job every day?
Hopefully it's not snowing. That's the number one, I think. That and street repair. Those are really the two key components, making sure that our streets are safe and passable, and that when it's snowing that we're on top of our game and we make sure that there's free and clear of ice.
And if the snow comes, it comes at an hour where you can get to it.
Yeah, it's not during rush hour.
Not during rush hour, but we know sometimes snow comes at rush hour.
Absolutely.
We all have to deal with it. Robert Mavic is the Commissioner of the City of Cleveland Streets and Traffic Engineering. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
Tell everybody at City Hall, including His Honor the Mayor, that we said hello.
I'll do that.
We appreciate it, Robert Mavic. I'm going to take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. I'll be right back after these words. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. Stepping for Life teamed up with Lifebanc to spread the word about the importance of organ donations, and they together are going to host a step show on October the 22nd to raise awareness and encourage individuals to register as organ donors. Multicultural Outreach Coordinator Yolanda Hamilton and Stepping for Life Co-Chair Vashawn Williams are here to tell us more. Good to have you with us, Yolanda Williams. You're with Lifebanc.
Yes.
Good to have you with us, and you too, Vashawn. First off, let's begin with you. Tell us, refresh our memories. What is Lifebanc?
Lifebanc is a nonprofit organization. We are an organ procurement organization here in Northeast Ohio, and we facilitate all organ donation and transplantation.
And we try to get people to sign up for organ donations when they pass away.
Exactly. It's so imperative for individuals to become a part of the organ donor registry. Currently, there's about 110,000 individuals in the United States who are in need of transplants. However, in Northeast Ohio, to bring it more locally, there's 1,800 individuals in need of transplants. So there's a need for more donors on the registry to be available for those individuals that have a need. Unfortunately, 18 people die daily because of the lack of donors.
So we're going to try to raise awareness. Let's bring in Vashawn Williams, and I'm going to come back to you because I've got some specific questions on organ donation. We got Vashawn Williams. He's co-chair of Stepping for Life. What is Stepping for Life, Vashawn?
Stepping for Life is a Greek step show competition in which students, as members of Black fraternities and sororities, are able to showcase their talents, and basically the purpose of the step show will be to raise awareness in the African American community about them needing to register as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
You brought some video with you, and this is a step show right here. It's like members of a sorority, they're doing a little stepping.
Correct.
And that's common inside some of the fraternities. The fraternities you belong to, fraternity I belong to, and sororities that many of the women belong to. So we're raising awareness through this step show right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us when that's going to be and where it's going to be.
It's going to be October 22nd in Akron, Ohio at the St. Joseph Family Center. And the tickets are on sale in advance for $10. It'll be $15 a day of the show. And the doors open at 5 o'clock as well.
At the St. Joseph Family Center in Akron,
Akron.
Saturday, October the 22nd. We're going to put a graphic up in just a little bit so you can write this information down. But let's get back to organ donation. Now, you've teamed up with Stepping for Life, and you're really kind of concentrating on minority members for organ donations. Why is that important?
It's important because there's a desperate need for more multicultural donors. For example, the stats that I gave earlier in regards to those waiting, 55% of those individuals in the U.S. that are waiting transplants are from various minority and multicultural communities. So there's an urgent need to have more donors. Also, a person waiting, if they're able to receive an organ from a donor that shares the same racial or ethnic background, they have a less likelihood to reject that organ post-transplantation.
Yeah. So if we can racially match people, we can get a better fit for that organ to really take. The lungs or the liver or whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever, yeah. So that's vital. And so Stepping for Life buys into this whole idea. Will there be a competition in the Stepping for Life event there on Saturday, October the 22nd at St. Joseph Family Center in Akron?
Yes, sir. And then basically each team is actually been paired with a donation-related cause in which the STEP team performance will attribute their actual performance to those whose lives have been touched by organ donation. How do we get in? How do we get in line for tickets? Well, you can actually visit Lifebanc.org. That's lifebanc.org. You can find more information there by clicking on the events tab, and that'll redirect you to a website, Eventbrite. And we've got our graphic on the screen, as you can see right there, 752-5433 in the 216 area code. You can get more information on everything that we're talking about, and also get your tickets there at $10. And that's the event, and that's a Saturday, October the 22nd. Yolanda, I brought with me my driver's license, which and down in the corner there's a little heart. Tell me what that little heart means, although I know. Tell me what that means. Well, the heart is an indication that when individuals go into the BMV to renew or apply for a driver's license or state ID, they said yes to organ donation. So there's actually 3 ways to be a registered organ donor. To register at the BMV, in which you would get the heart indication as shown on your license. All right. You can also join at community events, as well as by visiting the website www.donatelifeohio.org. It's right there at the bottom there. You notice I'm covering age and all of that other stuff. Nobody needs to see that. I've been around, you know that. I got a little gray hair. But when I'm gone, what I have said is, when I'm gone, if my organs are usable for somebody else, take what you need. And that's what we're talking about, right? And maybe somebody else can use the corneas or my lungs or kidneys or whatever, right? Exactly. And that's what we're trying to get across. Isn't that what we're trying to get across, Fashawn? Of course, yeah. Yes. Leave us with a thought about the STEP show and your relationship with Lifebanc. Well, I've worked with Lifebanc since 2008. The STEP show just got started off through the Multicultural Council, which I've been a part of. And so basically the STEP show, we're trying to reach out to younger African Americans in the community to kind of bridge the gap and get them registered to donate life through an interactive performance, basically. Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of people out there by visiting the website, doing a lot of promotion in the community as well. Yolanda, you're with Lifebanc. Leave us with a thought on why this is so vital. This is so vital because each of us play a major role in our communities, and our goal is to save lives through organ, eye, and tissue transplantation and donation. We want to come to the point to where individuals view the decision to donate as an honor. And so I would just compel those who are not registered organ donors to visit our website for more information and to become a registered organ, eye, and tissue donor. And this is everybody, regardless of race, creed, color, political persuasion, whatever. Okay. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast. Once again, it's Saturday, October the 22nd, 6 o'clock at St. Joseph Family Center in Akron, and it's going to be a wonderful time there. By the way, what's the address on St. Joseph Family Center? Basically 610 West Exchange Street. What's that? 610 West Exchange Street. It's actually a few blocks down from the University of Akron.
Saturday, October the 22nd, 6 o'clock. Tickets are $10. Many thanks. We'll see you at the Step Show.
Thank you.
Your fraternity will be stepping. My fraternity will be stepping. What is your fraternity?
Kappa Alpha Psi.
I thought that might be the case. I'm with Alpha Phi Alpha, but everybody knows that. Good to see you. Good day. I got to take a break. I'll be right back. This is Kaleidoscope. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. The annual Walk for Life is on October the 8th. This event raises money to benefit Cleveland Pregnancy Center, Alternaterm, and Cornerstone Among Women. And Executive Director of Cleveland Pregnancy Center, Renelle Williams, and Executive Director of Cornerstone Among Women, Carolyn Herbert, are both here to share more about what's called Walk for Life. Good to have you with us, Carolyn Herbert, sitting next to me.
Nice to be here.
Good to have you on the broadcast, and Renelle, good to see you as well too. I'll shake your hand as well. You're with the Pregnancy Center. But let's begin right now. Tell us about your organization's Cornerstone Among Women. Tell me about that.
Well, we are a pregnancy resource center in that we provide support and crisis intervention when it's needed to men and women who may be experiencing an unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah, and you help them through that pregnancy.
That is correct.
All the way down to the end.
That is
pregnancy.
correct. And afterwards.
And afterward, once the child is born.
That's correct.
Yeah. And tell me about the Cleveland Pregnancy Center now, Renelle.
Also along the same lines as Cornerstone, we too are a pregnancy resource center, and our goal is to help men and women who are experiencing unplanned crisis pregnancies to make a decision about what to do once they find themselves in that situation. Yeah. And then we walk them through that journey, through the pregnancy and thereafter. Even up until their child is 3 years old, we provide classes, support, material items. We're just there with them to help them through that journey.
Is there a spiritual component in all of this?
Absolutely, yes. We're after a transformation of their hearts, and so we support them spiritually, introduce them to the Lord, because we are faith-based ministries, both of us, and our desire is that they would come through this situation in their life and then continue to walk this out in a relationship with the Lord.
Yes. How do you get the people with you? How do you get, well, I guess client, is that the word to use? How do you get the women involved and the men involved?
Well, they are referred to us through a number of different ways, either through First Call for Help, 211, through other community agencies, word of mouth. We do a lot of marketing, and they call us on the phone. We bring them in for intake. We talk with them about what are their needs, what's going on, that they need help, and then we just start the process with them.
And sometimes pregnancies just kind of get unplanned. Didn't know we were going to get pregnant, but we got pregnant.
Exactly.
And you help folks who find themselves in that situation.
Yes. The other thing is we have both our centers have been in, actually all three of the centers represented here have been in existence for many, many years.
27 plus years.
Yes. So word of mouth and just knowing that who we are and what we do is a tremendous resource.
Let's talk a little bit about this event on Saturday, October the 8th. What's happening now on Saturday, October the 8th?
Well, each year we have an annual fundraiser. This is called the Walk for Life, and all three centers we have formed a collaboration under the heading of North Coast Pregnancy Help Centers. So we schedule our walk the same day every year. We have the same t-shirts, and it's to bring awareness to the community about the importance of the sanctity of life and just needing to be able to support pregnant women and families. And so October 8th, we're going to be at 3 different parks, and we're going to have games, music, and we'll be walking. It's not a strenuous walk, it's a pretty leisure walk, and it's to raise funds for each of our separate ministries.
And we have those locations up on our graphic, that Cleveland Metro Parks, Brookside, Euclid Creek Reservation, Welsh Woods Picnic Area, and St. John Medical Center Walking Trail. What time does all of this begin on Saturday, October the 8th?
They usually check in around 9:30. The walks begin at 10 o'clock.
Ours is at 11. Ours is a little bit later.
And where is yours?
Ours is at the walking trail at St. John Medical Center.
Okay, I see. So, but we're all pointing in the same direction.
Correct.
We're all really walking down the same pathway.
Exactly.
If I can take some liberties to say that. What do you want people to keep in mind when they think about Cornerstone Among Women, your organization?
We would like them to keep in mind that life is precious.
Yes.
And that the womb that is the safest place, should be the safest place on earth, is very vulnerable in our culture today, and that if a woman or a man is in a situation where this is tenuous and they need somewhere to go to just talk through this issue, that we would be the place to come, and we would provide an objective position for them to make a decision for life.
For life, to keep that pregnancy going.
That's correct.
We're talking to Carolyn Herbert and Rennell Williams from the Cornerstone Among Women organization and the Cleveland Pregnancy Center, respectively. We're going to continue our conversation. I've got to take a break right now, but I'll be right back with these two women. We'll continue in just a moment. We continue our conversation with Carolyn Herbert of the Cornerstone Among Women and Rennell Williams of Cleveland Pregnancy Center. What should we keep in mind about the Cleveland Pregnancy Center?
Foremost, that we are a place where women and men who are facing unplanned pregnancies, they can come unconditionally. They're met with love, no judgment, no condemnation. We're there just to help them through this journey, making those decisions, and to help them to be able to be better people, to build strong families, and to introduce them to Christ. So we're just trying to build strong families and transform lives.
And we've got all the phone numbers for all these organizations. We've got 3 different phone numbers, and we're just keeping them changing on the screen, so you want to write the phone numbers down. Carolyn, let's bring you back in. Talk about the mobile unit. I've got about a minute remaining.
Okay. This is a new outreach that we have established in which we are able to provide pregnancy testing and limited ultrasound for any woman considering or in finding herself in an unplanned pregnancy and possibly considering abortion. The mobile unit is a 36-foot RV that has been retrofitted for medical, that is traversing throughout western Cuyahoga County
suburbs. So you can actually take the unit to where it's needed.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Well, we appreciate you being on the broadcast to tell us really about your Walk for Life. It's Saturday, October the 8th at the Cleveland Metro Parks Brookside Reservation, the Euclid Creek Reservation, and at St. John Medical Center Walking Trail, which is at 29,000 Center Ridge Road. We have the graphic up. You can get more information if you go to cornerstoneamongwomen.org or cpcevent.org. More information on everything we've been talking about.
Thank you.
We've had a lot to say today. Thank you, ladies, for being on the broadcast. I'm running late. I got to say, be well.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.